perennial NBA superstar of the Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant, is retiring once the 2015-2016 NBA season is over, which his last game is tonight as he plays his final game at home against the Utah Jazz. I'm sure all you Laker fans have enjoyed watching Kobe all season long, and I'm sure you will be more excited when watching him tonight in his last game. My thoughts on his retirement? I'm not surprised. I mean, he has been nagged with injuries for the past few seasons. He was out for the first 2 months of the 2013-2014 season while recovering from an injury. So after being cleared to play, he was out for the rest of the season again after playing 6 games, averaging a career low 13.9 points per game. Last season, he did average 22.3 points per game, but still had the injury bug and missed the rest of the season after playing in 35 games. This season, he's played in 65 games, which will be 66 tonight. He's been averaging 16.9 points per game. Yikes. Those are not prime Kobe Bryant numbers. At least he played healthier than he did in the past 2 seasons. Too bad Kobe's not going to the playoffs in his last season, aka the Kobe retirement tour. Kobe at the beginning of the season pretty much announced his retirement back in November. At the beginning of the season, the 76ers fans chanted, "Kobe, Kobe," since he's from Philadelphia. Oh, so you do it because he's retiring? You should have done it every time he returned to Philadelphia. What the hell? The current Lakers roster sucks. I mean, it literally sucks. You have an aging Kobe Bryant, and let's see who else is on the roster. You got Brendan Bass. He's a decent role player. Jordan Clarkson, he's a solid point guard. Roy Hibbert, I have no words to say about Roy Hibbert. I just can't believe a 7'2" center, a tall drink of water, could be that big, who should be dominating centers every flippin' night. But no, he's not doing it. What the hell is wrong with Roy Hibbert? Julius Randle, he has potential. D'Angelo Russell, the rookie. Now that Kobe's retiring, he now has the keys to this Laker franchise. And I'm sure the guy will have a bright future ahead of him for this franchise. Luis Williams, he's always been a great scorer off the bench, so you have him. Ron Artest is back, but Ron Artest has been past his prime for years. You know, he's not the same Ron Artest like he was when he's with the Pacers, Sacramento Kings, and in his one Houston Rockets season. He's not prime Ron Artest anymore like he was before he became a Laker. Then there's Nick Young. Nick Young, he's a scorer. But he's not looking like what he was in his first year with the Lakers 2 seasons ago, where he was averaging like 17.4 points. This season, he's averaged like a career low 7.3. And I think it's due to the injuries that he's been suffering for the past 2 seasons now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Iggy Azalea's in the way. I don't know. Go ask D'Angelo Russell. He knows. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, this Lakers roster is horrible. I've been playing NBA 2K16. And I edited Kobe back in his prime, and all the other players that are past their primes. I edited them, and on NBA 2K16, they still didn't make the playoffs. But they finished with like 30-something wins. They finished 11th place in the West behind the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves finished 10th. So both of those teams did a bit better than they are in real life, but still didn't make the playoffs. So, hey. Anyways, despite all that, he's a future Hall of Famer. He'll have a statue of himself someday for the Lakers, just like Shaquille O'Neal will for the 2016-2017 NBA season. He's arguably a top 10 player of all time, obviously the second best shooting guard behind the one and only Michael Jordan. Since their game style is pretty similar, you can pretty much say Kobe was obviously the modern Michael Jordan of the generation. Kobe spent his entire career with the same team for 20 years. Drafted by the Charlotte Hornets in 1996, then traded to the Lakers where the Shaq and Kobe era was born, winning 3 championships together, you can say Shaq and Kobe are the Biggie and Tupac of the NBA. Despite the success, Shaq and Kobe at times did get along, but at times did not get along. They were pretty much trying to outshine each other. Shaq and Kobe had beef. Biggie and Tupac had beef when Tupac, back in November of 1994, accused Biggie, Puff Daddy, and Andre Hall of setting him up to be killed when Tupac was shot the first time, causing the beef to continue until Tupac's death. And some people say that Tupac and Kobe look alike, maybe because of the similar bone structures they have, especially when Kobe had that afro going on. Kobe pretty much did not want to be remembered as Shaq's sidekick, which people saw him as, which was pretty messed up. Don't do that, guys. Don't piss Kobe off. This was a way to remember that they obviously needed each other. Shaq can't do without Kobe, and Kobe cannot do without Shaq. So, in a way, they just needed each other. Kobe just wanted to create his own legacy, which I can understand. I'm sure he was like, Shaq, it's been a pleasure winning championships with you, but I refuse to be remembered as a second fiddle to you. Then there was the whole Kobe being accused of raping a white woman in the 2003 offseason, getting his wife Vanessa involved. That's one hot Latina. Good job, Kobe. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so remember the 2004 Lakers with Shaq, Kobe, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton that people thought they were going to win a championship? I mean, I thought that team was going to beat my Detroit Pistons. I was like, oh crap, the Lakers going to beat them. But they did not, especially due to the injuries, chemistry issues, Shaq and Kobe beef, and Gary Payton not liking the triangle offense. I mean, I obviously feel bad for Gary Payton and Karl Malone not being able to win championship with the Lakers. Especially Karl Malone, because Gary Payton, 2 seasons later, won a championship with Shaq in Miami in 2006. If those things would have been solved, they obviously would have won a championship that year in 2004. Shaq moved on to the Heat and won another championship without Kobe, and a lot of people didn't think Kobe could do the same thing. Not to mention Shaq doing the whole, can't do without me, Kobe rap. But he won 2 more championships without Shaq. First season without Shaq, the Lakers missed the playoffs. Next 2 seasons lost in the playoffs in the first round, twice to the Suns. I mean, that Lakers squad that Kobe had before Pau Gasol came was absolutely garbage. I mean, all he had was Lamar Odom. Then you had guys like Smush Parker, Kwame Brown, Chris Mims. He was decent, but the guy was always hurt. Then you had Luke Walton, Brian Cook, Slavslav Mesvedenko, Devin George. I mean, that squad was horrible. Kobe was struggling, having a crappy team around him with Shaq being gone. My goodness. But you know what? I think Kobe despised Smush Parker the most. Because there was one time I heard where I guess Smush Parker was trying to talk to Kobe, and they talked about football outside of basketball. And then Kobe out of nowhere just looked at him like, really? You're going to try to have a conversation with me by talking about football? And then he just flat out told Smush Parker, don't talk to me. And he pretty much, to this day, doesn't want nothing to do with Smush Parker. Oh, geez, Kobe is like that. You did that to Smush Parker? Dang. Oh, man. Jeez, Kobe, I didn't know you was like that. I would have to say Kobe was past his prime by the time of the 2010-2011 season. I mean, he was still averaging 20 points per game, but his defense kind of started to be mediocre because Kobe was one hell of a defender. His defense just got him mediocre pretty much by the time the 2010-2011 season. He still had a little juice in his athleticism. He would still be able to dunk, especially at one dunk he had when he dunked on Emeka Okafor in the first round against the Hornets. But I think his athleticism pretty much completely dropped by the lockout season. And he was still averaging 20 points. At that point, he almost won the scoring title, but I guess Father Time caught up to him. Father Time sucks ass, man. Because if that's the case, if Father Time didn't exist, guys like Kobe and others could play in the league for as long as they want. Curse you, Father Time! And then let's not forget that team with Dwight Howard, Kobe, Steve Nash, Pau Gasol, Ron Artest, and Antoine Jamison as six man. Yeah, a lot of people thought that team was going to win a championship, but it completely failed due to, pretty much age, injuries. I mean, Steve Nash and Pau Gasol all together with the chemistry, I guess, pretty much wasn't working out, especially with Kobe and Dwight. You could pretty much say it was a Kobe-Shaq beef all over again. And Kobe missed the rest of the season when he badly got injured against the Warriors. So he missed the remainder of the last 2 games of the season, which pretty much sucked because the Lakers got their butts blew out by the Spurs in the first round. Honestly, I don't think it would even matter if even Kobe was healthy and he didn't get hurt. The Spurs obviously still would have beat the Lakers. Now, whether they possibly would have blew them out, I don't know. I think Kobe would have been tough enough to at least win 1 game in the first round, but would still lose. And I'm so glad that Shaq and Kobe have settled their differences and no longer beefing. They should have done that a long time ago. I wish they would have stopped by the time Shaq left for Miami, instead of waiting until by the time Kobe and Dwight Howard had their issues. Because Kobe now realized that he didn't realize what a great teammate and how special it was to have Shaq on the team. Because with Dwight Howard, it was just a whole nother story. So I'm so glad. Heck, I'd rather Kobe beef with Dwight Howard than Shaq. Dwight Howard is something else. No wonder they call him Dwight Coward. He is such a cry baby. Oh, I just can't stand him as a player. It's like, what's wrong with you, man? Jeez. It's been one heck of a career for Kobe Bryant. I'm going to miss Kobe, especially since, I grew up watching him and all the other players of the 90s. I mean, all the players from the 90s are starting to disappear in a blink of an eye. And it's just sad to see Kobe gone. It's going to be sad as, with Tim Duncan being gone and Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Don't forget Kevin Garnett. This is his 21st NBA season. I mean, good grief. And I think he's going to come back next season for his 22nd. So you still got KG around. Ray Allen, he hasn't retired, but he's still a free agent. So you're going to miss him even more, and it just won't be the same. And yeah, we still got LeBron, but LeBron, he's starting to get past his prime a little bit. Still got Dwayne Wade still. He's still got, a couple of years left until he's gone, and et cetera, et cetera. So either way, that's it. This has been my video. We're going to miss you, Kobe. Later.
It's so far. Just bob your head. Just bob your head. It's so far. Just bob your head. Just bob your head. It's so far. Just bob your head. Just bob your head. It's so far. Just bob your head. Just bob your head. So far. Thinking back on all the things that I've seen. I wish that I could build a time machine. Do the right thing, change the world. Take that chance, kiss that girl. But it don't work that way. I love my rear view mirror. Hell, what can I say? I credit my mistakes for half the things that I know. Stumbling blocks, stepping stones, that's the way that you grow. And I wish I didn't do it that way. Please tell me, what can I say?